So that was season 3, episode 14 of Legends of Tomorrow, and another knockout episode. This show does not disappoint me, but first I'm going to recap the episode, give my likes, give my dislikes, and then any theories that I may have will be at the very end. First off, we have Memphis in 1950, and this young man walked through this old, I think a pawn shop, and we soon learn that this is Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, and he wants a guitar, and the shop owner is like, oh, we have guitars here and all this stuff, and Elvis immediately pinpoints to a certain guitar, and we learn from the shop owner that that guitar is cursed, which obviously is a problem. And then we have Zari showing Wally around the Waverider, those two getting to know each other a little bit, and Zari becoming a little bit annoyed with Wally's constant speeding around, because obviously she's not used to speedsters, and Wally is used to just going everything really, really fast all the time. And as they're showing each other their room, or she's showing him his room, and I think they can join rooms, yeah, I think that's what happened. Zari picked up one of her games, and it's Trombone Hero, which it should be Guitar Hero, and we had Axel, the rat that Nick owns, his name, what was it? Was it Josh Groban? I think that's what the name got changed to. And then Nate's hair got really flat really quickly and not the normal gelled updo that it normally is. And that's when they realize that there is a problem in history, and they look back at the history records, and it turns out in 1950 something in Memphis, everybody left town because a whole bunch of stuff started to happen, leaving only one person there, and that's Elvis Presley. So the legends went to that town, and they went to church to see where Elvis is at. Elvis got on stage, and he started to perform a little something something, and that's when Zari's totem started to freak out because, oh my god, Elvis's guitar also has a totem in the head of it. And wait, is that what the guitar? Yeah, guitar head. Yeah, that thing. And we learned that quickly Elvis is a totem bearer, and it is the mystery totem that we have been speculating about this entire season, because we know of 5 totems, I think, right? 5 totems, and the 6th one is a mystery one. After we find out that Elvis is a totem bearer, he goes and he starts to perform at a local bar, and Nate and Amaya go to see him play, and as he gets up on stage, he chokes, basically. His guitar sounds weird, he can't sing, the microphone sings, and he just gets off stage. It turns out that the guitar, the replacement guitar that they gave Elvis, is not the same guitar, and the reason why he can't play is because the other guitar, the Death Totem guitar, which we got confirmed on that name, it shows him his dead twin brother Jesse, and that's the only reason he can play. And back on the Waverider, the guitar started to freak out, going along and hitting everybody and running around, and Wally had to control, and he was running around with him. It was a really, really cool thing. So Nate asked Sarah to get the guitar back to Elvis just so he can record a song so it can go on the radio. So they started to do that, and Nate was trying to show Amaya Elvis at his, like, first initial starting out with his freshness, and Amaya just wasn't really feeling it, and Nate was like, but I'm looking for our song. He's looking for their song, that special moment that a couple happens to have where it's just like everything clicks into place, and I really like that Nate was doing that. It was very, very sweet. But soon that all sweetness ended because Elvis's uncle came and put Elvis, Amaya, and Nate in a jail cell because of that record, and he was like, this record will not be played ever. So he takes it back to the church, and that's whenever Zari and Wally come, and Zari's like, listen, Wally, you're used to speeding stuff around, but you need to learn how to talk to people. This is history. You need to take it piece by piece at a time. So Wally ends up talking to Elvis's uncle, and there's this really, really sweet moment between them, and he was able to get Elvis's uncle to play the song on the radio. As Wally was talking to the uncle about everything, there was a funeral. It was very, very sad. Mick's rat, Axel, died, so Sarah, Ray, and Mick had a big funeral on the Waverider, and it was very just emotional. I can't. This show's just so ridiculous at times, but they do ridiculous so well that I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever. But as the song was going through, the spirits from the different graves everywhere was just rising, and they were going everywhere, and it was a whole bunch of crazy in the church. And then Axel, he woke up and he got big for a second, and he got small for a second, and a whole bunch of stuff was happening. It was honestly craziness, but Elvis came and saved the day because he started to sing the ghosts away with Amazing Grace, and that's whenever Mick? That's not right. Nate and Amaya found their song, and it was a really, really sweet moment, and I just love this show so much. After that, we have Elvis going and making more records, and he gave Nate the death totem for safekeeping, and Ray formulated a box to keep the death totem safe, but that doesn't seem to be doing its job because at the very end of the episode it started to rattle. That's not good. There was also a really, really sweet scene between Amaya and Nate, and Amaya basically said "I love you" to Nathaniel, but he obviously didn't hear her. I mean, maybe he did, but just didn't say anything. She's in too deep now. He has to be the grandfather. Like, there's no way they're gonna split them up and be like, oh, fall in love with someone else. I just think it's not going to happen. And then the final seconds of the show, we have In Loving Memory of Axel, and that little montage that they did was just so incredible. I just laughed out loud. It's just like, Legends of Tomorrow. You've done it again. Now I'm gonna give my likes and my dislikes and any theories that I may have, but my first like of the episode was obviously the best part of the episode, and that was Axel doing his thing. He survived to the very end until one of Ray's experiments killed him. And Wally being a part of the team, I'm probably gonna say Wally as one of my likes for the next however many episodes, maybe till the end of the season, because him actually doing everything, or doing things and being a part of a team and not just being put on the sidelines like he was in Flash is so awesome to see. I have no dislikes of the episode because this episode was another knockout in my personal opinion. Any theories I may have? I mean, the one when Nate is the grandfather is still up there. The death totem, I don't know. Will it have some, I don't know, because Sarah was looking at it earlier on, so I'm wondering if that might be a problem, like if Sarah might give in to the temptation of that. I'm not sure, but I'm excited for next week. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and if you want to see my previous reaction / review, all you have to do is click the link in the description, and as always, I will see you next time.